May I ask you some questions?
Sure, go ahead.
What's your name, please?
My name is Hoài.
Are you a student?
Yes, I am. I'm a second year student and I'm studying at Hanoi University of Mining and Geology.
Where do you come from?
I come from Taiping province.
So you come from Taiping province school too?
Yes.
Now why? What time do you usually get up?
I usually get up at 6 o'clock.
What do you usually do after getting up?
I usually have breakfast after getting up.
What time do you usually have breakfast?
I usually have breakfast just 6:30.
So you have breakfast just 6:30.
Yes.
What do you usually do after having breakfast?
I usually do the homework from my English class after having breakfast.
How long does it take you to do the homework from your English class?
It takes me 2 hours.
So it takes you 2 hours.
Yes.
What do you usually do after doing the homework from your English class?
I usually cook lunch after doing the homework from my English class.
What time do you usually cook lunch?
I usually cook lunch at 9:30.
So you cook lunch at 9:30.
Yes.
What do you usually do after cooking lunch?
I usually have lunch after cooking lunch.
What time do you usually have lunch?
I usually have lunch at 11 o'clock.
So you have lunch just 11 o'clock.
Yes.
What time? What do you usually do after having lunch?
I usually take a nap after having lunch.
How long does it take you to take a nap?
It takes me about an hour.
So it takes you about 1 hour.
Yes.
What do you usually do after taking a nap?
I usually go to school after taking a nap.
What time do you usually go to school?
I usually go to school at 12:30.
So you go to school at 12:30.
Yes.
What do you usually do after going to school?
I usually come back home after going to school.
What time do you usually come back home?
I usually come back home at 5 o'clock.
So you come back home at 5 o'clock.
Yes.
What do you usually do after coming back home?
I usually cook dinner after coming back home.
What time do you usually cook dinner?
I usually cook dinner just 7 o'clock.
So you cook dinner just 7 o'clock.
Yes.
What do you usually do after cooking dinner?
I usually take a bath after cooking dinner.
So, what do you usually do? What time do you usually take a bath?
I usually take a bath at 10 o'clock.
So you take a bath at 10 o'clock.
Yes.
What do you usually do after have breakfast? What do you usually do after have a bath?
I usually surf the internet after taking a bath.
How does it take you to surf the internet?
It takes me about 2 hours.
So it takes you about 2 hours.
Yes.
What do you usually do after surfing the internet?
I usually go to bed after surfing the internet.
What time do you usually go to bed?
I usually go to bed just 10:30.
So you go to bed at 10:30.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. How about you? What's your name, please?
My name is Hiếu.
Are you a student?
Yes, I am. I'm a second year I'm a second year student, and I'm studying at Military Technical Academy.
Where do you come from?
I come from Bắc Ninh province.
So you come from Bắc Ninh province too?
Yes, that's right.
May I ask you some questions?
Sure, go ahead.
What time do you usually get up?
I usually get up at 6 o'clock.
What time do you usually do after getting up?
I usually go to school after getting up.
How long does it take you to go to school?
I usually go to school at 6:30.
So you how long? Pardon?
I usually go to school at 6:30.
No. How long does it take you to go to school?
Sorry. It takes me about 30 minutes.
Yeah. So it takes you about 30 minutes.
Yes.
What do you usually do after going to school?
I usually come back home after going to school.
What time do you usually come back home?
I usually come back home at 12:30.
So you usually come back home at 12:30.
Yes.
What do you usually do after coming back home?
I usually sorry, pardon?
What time do you usually coming back home?
I usually coming back home at 12:30.
Yeah. So you usually coming back home at 12:30.
Yes.
What do you usually do after what do you usually do after coming back home?
I usually have lunch after coming back home.
Yeah. What time do you usually have lunch?
I have lunch at 1 o'clock.
So you usually have lunch at 1 o'clock.
Yes.
What do you usually do after having lunch?
I usually take a nap.
How long does it take you to take a nap?
It takes me about 20 minutes.
Yeah. What do you usually after taking a nap?
Sorry, pardon?
What do you usually after taking a nap?
I usually do the homework from your English class.
Yeah. How long does it take you to do the homework from your English class?
About 3 hours.
So it takes you about 3 hours.
Yes.
What do you usually do after doing the homework from your English class?
I usually sorry, pardon?
What do you usually do after doing the homework from your English class?
I usually cook lunch. Sorry, I usually cook dinner.
Yeah. What time do you usually cook dinner?
I usually cook dinner at 6 o'clock.
So you usually cook dinner at 6 o'clock.
Yes.
What do you usually do after cooking dinner?
I usually have dinner after cooking dinner.
What time do you usually have dinner?
I usually have dinner at 7 o'clock.
So you usually have dinner at 7 o'clock.
Yes.
What do you usually do after having dinner?
I usually surf the internet.
How long does it take you to surf the internet?
I usually surf the it takes me about 2 hours.
So it takes you about 2 hours.
Yes.
What time do you usually I'm sorry. What do you usually do after surfing the internet?
I usually go to bed after surfing the internet.
What time do you usually go to bed?
I usually go to bed at 11 o'clock.
So you usually go to bed at 11 o'clock?
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ta-ta.
Ta-ta.